Hey folks, it's Matt once again, coming at you with another review. This is one that Classic Rocker sent me, another one that he sent me. The Zone, aka the Dogfighters. Now, if you can't tell who those are, Robert Davi and Alexander Godunov. Now, Robert Davi was a guy, I enjoy him as an actor. I really like him as an actor. I think he's an underrated actor. I know he had a bit role in Expendables 3, but he had nothing to do but get killed, which sucked. But Robert Davi, I mean, he had spit roles in Die Hard as one of the FBI agents. Predator 2 as Danny Glover's sort of, I don't know, pretty much the guy who was giving Danny Glover a hard time. Insubordination. I don't know. It just makes me think of Predator 2 is so much better movie than this. God. But Robert Davi I liked as an actor. Whether as a good guy in films like Maniac Cop 2 and 3, which I thought he did a good job, and those are better films than this. He was in a film called The Bad Pact, which is sort of the Expendables before the Expendables, but it's not really that good. But it has Robert Davi and Roddy Piper. It's a really disappointing film, pretty damn lame film, pretty boring. But yet, I'd probably watch that over this. But I like Robert Davi. I like him as a bad guy in The Taking of Beverly Hills and License to Kill. And I know he's done other films that I haven't seen, like No Contest and other stuff, but he's not the problem in this film. Like, Robert Davi, not that bad. He's not that bad in the film. And then Alexander Godunov, he was also in Die Hard. He was also in Watchword 2 Lost in Time. I believe he was in The Money Pit, but I could be wrong. But The Zone, aka the Dogfighters, which some places on the internet say it's 1995. Some places on the internet says it was 1996. So I don't know if it was 95 or 96. But I know it was the last film that Alexander Godunov did before he died, which is too bad. Because I thought he was a good actor. Yeah, and made a good bad guy. I mean, here I would say he's pretty wasted because he doesn't really get much to do as a bad guy. So I can't say Alexander Godunov was great, but I don't think that was his fault in this instance. I think it was just the script wasn't anything. Same with Robert Davi. I mean, Robert Davi was okay. I mean, he's not a problem. It's just the script doesn't give him much of anything. It's a really boring script and a very boring movie. And the guy who directed this, I forget his name, but I think he was mainly an editor. Like, he edited Friday the 13th Part 7, he edited Ghoulies 2, he edited films like Mandroid and stuff, and he was mainly an editor, and this was like the first and one of the only films the guy directed, and to be honest, it really shows, because it's such that this film gets a 4.8, which I think is too high on IMDb, but yet good films like Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, that gets a 4.6, and that's fucking bullshit. That film gets lower than this film. This film is just a pile of nothing. That's really a problem with this film. This film is a pile of nothing. I mean, I'm glad I saw it once, because I like Robert Davi, and he's the good guy in this. And I like Alexander Godunov, and it was the last film he did before he died. I mean, of course, in Die Hard, he's the guy who had a fist fight with John McClane, Bruce Willis, in which, you know, John McClane hangs him. But then he comes back, and Carl Winslow, or Reginald Val Johnson, you know, shoots him. It's like, oh my god, he was able to pull out his gun again. But it was nice to see the last film he did before he died. So, curiosity's sake, that was cool. But really, other than that, that's it. I mean, the movie, I swear they steal footage from Iron Eagle, stock footage. Like the opening, I swear the opening is, like, you get a little bit of, what the hell was it? I forget what the hell it was. But after a couple minutes, I think it's like Ben Gazzara, who I think was the bad guy in Roadhouse. Ben Gazzara. He's looking at Robert Davi, like old footage of Robert Davi, and that he was in the military, but then he got court-martialed, and it's like, okay, he's the guy we need because of this, this, and this. And then I swear, it feels like almost 10 minutes of footage where Robert Davi is flying this plane through the mountains, which I swear is the plane that Jason Gedrick flew in Iron Eagle. And then you also have an F-16 plane. which I swear is this footage is from Iron Eagle. If I'm wrong, I haven't seen Iron Eagle in forever. I don't have that film. I know I don't own Iron Eagle. I would like to one day, and because I haven't seen that film in forever. But I know there's like, what is it, 3, 4 movies? I don't know if they're all on DVD. I'd rather talk about that than this movie, to be honest. I mean, but if it's not Iron Eagle, it's some other film. It's not footage they had, because this film is way too low budget for that. And that's the problem when you see these flying scenes in these low budget films. They're okay. I know that's stock footage from something. I swear the plane Robert Davi's flying. And it's funny. He's flying, and F-16 is flying. I guess Ben Gazzara wants to see if tell this guy in the F-16 while Robert Davi's like in this, I'm not going to say crop duster plane, but, you know, non-F-16. I just to show if Robert Davi still has the booze. But I swear this goes on for like 10 minutes. And of course, they're never in the same frame. Robert Davi's plane and the F-16, they're never in the same frame. I wouldn't be surprised if they're both from different parts of Iron Eagle or different parts of other movies. Or that's why they're never in the same frame. And it just goes on for way too fucking long. And I'm like, this is 10 minutes of the movie. This is like a 90-minute movie. And pretty much, Robert Davi's at a bar. Some woman says something. He says like, well, my liver's gone, but I still got my spleen. And keeps drinking. He's with this woman. Then Ben Gazzara and his men come in. They're like CIA or FBI or KFC, wherever the fuck they were. Shoots this girl in the head. And Robert Davi's like, what? And they frame him for murder. And, you know, knock him out, frame him for murder. And when he wakes up, Ben Gazzara pretty much says, you gotta do a job for us. If not, we'll take this to the cops and you'll be in jail. So you gotta stop Alexander Godunov, who has weapons-grade plutonium. So you gotta go overseas, because you gotta shoot overseas, because it's cheaper that way. And weirdly enough, I mean, this was a 95, 96 film, but they reference, you know, he's got enough bombs to blow up the World Trade Center. And you can't, I mentioned that because that's what they said, but you can't blame the film for, I think there was a bomb at the World Trade Center. Well, I know there was, but I don't know the specific year the first one was. But, of course, this is way before 9/11, so there's no way they would have known that. So, I don't know, maybe that's one reason why you don't see this a lot on cable, is because they have lines like that, even though they could just cut the line out. But, then you go to Alexander Godunov, who has like 2 minutes of dancing, because I think he was a dancer before being an actor, or he was a dancer as well as an actor. But 2 minutes of dancing and with this woman, and Robert Davi gets there, and pretty much he gets shot at. Someone offers him like this cabbage or lettuce or whatever, and Robert Davi's like, oh, it gives me gas, and the bad guy is a shitty shot and shoots the fucking cabbage or lettuce or whatever. And a very slow, plodding foot chase. I mean, slow and plodding as hell. I mean, there's one point where Robert Davi hits the guy with some meat, and he says something like, I hope you like it rare, and leaves. So you just get stupid fucking lines of dialogue like that. And I mean, really slow, plodding foot chase, where he's just jogging, and the bad guy's jogging after, and it's really boring, no excitement, no adrenaline. He gets on it like a tram or whatever, and bad guy gets on, and Robert Davi gets off, and the bad guy gets off. And then Robert Davi gets to an edge and jumps to this boat on the water, and the bad guy can't follow him. Robert Davi meets his contact, which is a female agent, spy, whatever the fuck she is. I don't care. I wasn't paying attention really at this point because I was getting bored out of my fucking mind. To be honest, I wrote notes so I wouldn't forget. I'll be fucking honest. That's why I'm looking over. Because I knew I'd forget this movie, and I did. He has a meme with Alexander Godunov, in which he's like, what smells like goat shit or goat cheese, or I forget what the fuck Robert Davi said, and gives him really shitty lines of dialogue, and gets the gun and shoots like 1 or 2 people, gets out of there very easily. Later on, he fights some Simtex or whatever, and gets in this fight, which I swear it's his double. I swear it's Robert Davi's double doing the fight with this guy, and the female who's his contact, strangles the guy because Robert Davi gets his ass kicked. Or I should say his fight double gets his ass kicked. Alexander Godunov meets this guy, gives him this briefcase. Of course, the guy doesn't check it. And Alexander Godunov blows up the chopper. 2 assassins try to kill Robert Davi, and he kills him. Pretty not much to it. Tries to escape. Shoots a couple people. Nothing much to that scene. To be honest, someone did like a Robert Davi kill count for this movie. I'll just put that link down below. Just watch that. You watch the whole movie. Really. Link down below. You watch the whole movie. Just watch that. You saw the whole movie. Really. Gets knocked out. Now, granted, the bad guy was really stupid, but I don't know, I kind of like this a little bit where Robert Davi, gets a drink, gets a cigarette, tells the guy, to get the lighter close to him. But of course, he has the alcohol still in his mouth, blows a little fire, blows into the guy's face, and Robert Davi escapes. Okay, I like that a little bit. He gets away, gets on this plane. Guy gets on the plane, he punches the guy off. Now, granted, there's another little bit I like where when Robert Davi punches the guy and the guy falls, it's a real person, and you tell they're going to the ground, like it's not blue screen, green screen, it's not just a cutaway. See the guy get punched and you see the guy fall, and you can tell they're actually shooting in a plane. So this scene, that happened. Okay, I like the way it looks, and then Robert Davi finds out that his plane is actually out of fuel, and he gets out, and you see, in one shot, obviously it's double. But still, I like the fact it's one shot where you see the guy jump out and float down and parachute. I just like the way, the camera's shooting from in the plane, and you see that's real people doing real stunts. So, I don't know, that's a little thing I liked. Pretty much after that, he sneaks into this plant, and he's supposed to blow up this plant where the bad guys are at. And in order to do is with this toy car that he puts in this place, and he's going to drive over to here and then set it up, the bomb, and then 15 minutes or such, it blows up. Before he gets to do that, he meets with his contact again, female contact. This is like a scene where he goes into the women's bathroom. He looks at some chicks, turns around, looks again, and some overweight girls go in there. He turns and shakes his head and is like, okay, that's a little quirky thing. I'm like, okay. So these little teeny things I don't mind. And Robert Davi and Alexander Godunov, I don't think they were bad, but they weren't given a good script. And the director, he's never directed anything before, and he didn't learn anything. It's just really boring plotting film. Nothing to the film. Ultimately, Alexander Godunov finds out about the girl, and Robert Davi comes in, rescues her pretty easily. You get some machine gun fire fight, where he shoots a couple people with machine guns, get to the plane, shooting some more. Okay, cool. Robert Davi kicking ass, shooting people with machine guns. That's cool. Gives the machine gun to the girl. She kills a few. They get in the plane, and then you get into this really boring dogfight, airplane dogfight. I don't know what footage they used with this. Is it Top Gun, Iron Eagle, one of the Iron Eagle sequels? I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking idea. But it's just, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I don't know what movie you guys are using, but whatever. And it's really not that exciting. I mean, yeah, if you watch Top Gun, Iron Eagle, when you're watching stuff that you know they shot it for, but when you just, here's stock footage, stock footage, stock footage. Now close up Robert Davi with the mask, or close up Alexander Godunov with the mask. It's like when you watch Michael Dudikoff or Steven Seagal direct-to-DVD films that they did this stuff with aerial maneuvers. It's like, okay, what stock footage did they use in this? What stock footage did they use in that? Spot the stock footage, and it's just, it's not that exciting when it's that. It's really not. Fuck. And he doesn't, really, Robert Davi doesn't kill Alexander Godunov. Pretty much they're just fucking around with each other, and then Robert Davi flies over here, the plant explodes, and I guess Alexander Godunov's character got caught in the explosion. Because he screams, ah! And you don't really see, I don't remember seeing his plane blow up, but you get the idea his plane blew up because of stock footage of an explosion that looks like a nuclear explosion. Looks like they've dropped a Hiroshima bomb on the fucking thing. Instead of just a bomb from the store, but whatever. So Godunov's dead from the blast. Pretty much Robert Davi gets back to Ben Gazzara, and you find out that the girl Ben Gazzara had shot to frame Robert Davi, she was actually working with Ben Gazzara, so it was a fake. So they never really killed anybody. So no one was really dead. They just did the fake out Robert Davi and force him into this. So Ben Gazzara they never really killed this girl. This girl comes in, smiles at him, leaves. Robert Davi realizes he was set up. Goes to Ben Gazzara and gives him a wimpy ass punch. I mean, of course, this is like better, a lot better, you know. Yeah, you made it. You know, like that movie. But that movie did a lot better because it knocks her the fuck out. Here, the guy, like, Ben Gazzara flies back, but he doesn't get knocked down. He doesn't get knocked out. No bloody nose. I barely even see a bloody lip. It's like, it's like, not even much of a punch. Not even a knockout punch or a kick in the nuts or something. Just, doesn't even make the guy fall down. And I'm like, pretty much, Robert Davi has some drinks with that female content, and now they're romantically involved. And then you have like this shitty music that you hear at the opening and end credits. I swear, the only way to describe it is fucking surfer music. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like, when you think of people surfing, this is kind of the music you picture. At least for me. I don't know how else to put it. It's like surfer music. I don't know what the fuck. Not fucking Beach Boys music, but it's like, I don't know, just, I hear the music, makes me think of fucking surfing. I'm like, why? The Zone, aka the Dogfighters, dog shit. It's Dogfighters dog shit. That's the best way to put it. It's the Zone. Yeah, the fucking danger zone, as in you're in danger of being falling asleep and electrocuting yourself when your fucking face falls into the goddamn computer screen, smack, busts everything, blows up your computer right into your face. I don't know, or you ram your head through the goddamn TV just to stop the boredom. And then you're in the danger zone. I don't know, the Dogfighters, just a bunch of dog shit, and never need to see it again. It's a boring, plotting, in one ear, out the other, entirely forgettable movie. That the only thing is, Robert Davi is a good guy, and it's the last film Alexander Godunov got to do, and that's a shame, because it was a stinker. And he didn't have much to do, and he had a shitty script, and to be honest, a shitty director, and just shitty action, and shitty dialogue, shitty movie. But anyway, not much more to say other than that, so thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.